As of making this video, the off-season has been out for just 10 days now. I've listened to it all the way through several times now and now have a good grasp on what I think of each song. So in this video, I'm going to rank all 12 songs on the album, with number 1 being my favorite and number 12 being my least favorite. So let's start at number 12. No matter how many times I listen to this song, I never care for it. The beat is dope and I love the verses, but I really dislike the chorus. But the song itself describes how Cole is continuing to evolve as an artist, improving his craft as his career progresses, even with all the successes he's had. Definitely my least favorite on the album. Close is a track that's all one big story. J. Cole describes how an old friend of his gets caught up in the wrong lifestyle and what the result of that ends up being. This is one of those cases where I feel like the song could be more impactful if Cole changed his flow on this song, but at the same time, this is kind of J. Cole's signature. The off-season only features 2 other artists rapping throughout the entire album, and this track contains one of them. As the title implies, this song features J. Cole describing how dangerous your own pride can be. The beat is solid in this song, and I think Lil Baby's verse is solid as well. But the rest of the song just seems really repetitive to me. I don't think it's bad by any means, it just comes off as very repetitive. This song is very similar to Punchin.the.Clock, primarily with the beat. They sound so similar to me for that the first week or so, I got the two mixed up constantly. But the main focus of this song is Cole calling out rappers for acting like they live this life of luxury that is actually extremely fake. Cole rides out the end of the song with a monologue that has to make you chuckle, but it shares what I'm sure a lot of greats think to themselves. Amari is 2.5 minutes of Cole describing what it's like for him coming from a kid out of North Carolina to the established, world-renowned artist he is now. He keeps a laid-back, mellowed-out flow for the majority of the song, but towards the end catches you off guard by raising his voice and sort of singing the tail end of some of the words. The NBA fan of me loved the Westbrook Rock a Baby line. The beat behind Amari was actually a beat that Timbaland made live on Twitch. He didn't save it at the time, but after Cole watched the VOD and wanted to use the beat on his song, Timbaland had to remake the beat from scratch. The title of the song is the name of J. Cole's nephew, which is the son of Ibrahim Ahmad, Cole's manager. Hunger.on.Hillside has one of my favorite beats of the album, a very bright, cheerful sounding instrumental that loops throughout the song. The first verse is also one of my favorite verses on the entire album. The main topic of this track is Cole harping on the fact that he's not going to change. No matter how big he gets and the heights he continues to reach, he's still that dude from Fayetteville. Boz is featured on the outro, which complements the instrumental really well as it plays out at the end of the album. This song was released as a single about a week before the album dropped, so it was the first taste we got for the upcoming project. On Interlude, J. Cole quickly speaks on several different topics. Some of them include losing the people closest to him, dealing with gun violence within his neighborhood, his status within the rap game, and more. All of this is done in a very melodic tone, which immediately catches your attention because it's very different from the usual delivery we get from Cole. Bringing a melodic delivery to your bars is a much more popular thing now, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little concerned when I first heard this just as a single. I was hoping that the entire album wasn't going to be Cole singing, and luckily it wasn't. The fact that this style is really only used on this one song makes it that much better. Like I mentioned earlier, we all know Cole does not typically feature other artists on his albums. So hearing 21 Savage hop on this track with a very familiar beat in the background was a really nice touch to this album. The two rap about being raised out of poverty and how much hard work they've had to put in to reach the point they're at now. The chorus is a throwback to Style P's My Life in 2002, where Pharaoh sings about making it through the struggle. I'm not the biggest fan of Savage, but when he and Cole link up, they usually make undeniably great music. My favorite line on this track has to be, "Wanna be on the top where it's plenty. Wanna be in a spotlight where every bitch want me like Rihanna dropping new 50. As a dad, this song hits a bit deeper for me. J. Cole touches on how eventually his son is going to grow old enough that he won't want to hold his hand. Eventually, he's going to want to go do stuff on his own and become his own man. Cole describes how it's his job to prepare him for that, and then goes into his own adolescence and what some of his worst fears were as a kid. By the end of the song, he talks about his beef with Diddy from years ago. And then on the outro, who's delivering the monologue? Diddy himself. The chorus features Black and Boz and they add some great color to the song with their vocals. The whole song carries an early 2000s vibe, and the flow just feels really light and freeing. Black and Boz were fantastic additions to help give the song its great vibe and flow. Punchin.the.clock features a jazzy old school beat and bits from a Damian Lillard post-game interview from right after he dropped 61 points on the collective domes of the Mavs.
You know what I'm here for.
Lillard's words make up a big portion of the song. It's only 1 minute and 52 seconds long, and Cole only raps for about 1 minute of that time, with the beat going on and Lillard talking for the remainder of the time. But in that minute or so, Cole tears his beat up with a heavy focus on some of his childhood experiences. Getting in trouble at school, firing a gun for the first time and not knowing where the bullet ended up at, and seeing someone get shot and killed right in front of him. That quick segment is my favorite part of the song. The Climb Back features Cole rapping over an old school 90s beat with that jingle of a piano in the background. He starts the first half of the song with a slower paced flow and switches it up to his faster flow in the second half. The matter is focused around gun violence and how he's lost too many close friends because of it. The whole song has a sort of haunting vibe to it. Between Cole mentioning how these thoughts kept him up at night, that jingle of a piano that plays throughout most of the beat, the chorus mentioning how everything comes around full circle, and talking about the need for a homicide hotline at the very end of the song. My favorite line is actually the very last one. The 90s feel that this beat carries, along with the subject matter of the lyrics, makes The Climb Back one of the best songs on the album for me. I love a great opener to start off an album. To me, there's no better way to get an album started than with a complete fire intro. 95 South is the perfect example of that. The song starts with Killer Cam talking, and he comes in and out throughout the whole song. But the first thing that grabbed my attention is the sample of Jay-Z's You Don't Know. Cole flows on this beat in a similar fashion to Jay-Z, and in a way pays respect to him with the title of this song. 95 South is the interstate that runs alongside the entire east coast of the US. If you're trying to get to New York from North Carolina, or vice versa, there's a good chance you'd be taking 95. Jay-Z is from New York and Cole is from both New York and Carolina, which we would imagine is the main reason he chose this title. But J. Cole uses this intro as one big reminder. He's still that dude. With the most memorable line, of course, being,
"Come around, could put an M right on your head. You Luigi brother now."
That's gonna do it for my ranking of the off-season. Cole has done it again with this album. Let me know what your favorite songs are off this album down in the comments below. Also, as you're going down to the comment section, be sure to click the first link in the description, which will take you to my Galactic Grizzly Spotify playlist, which you can follow and keep up with what I'm currently listening to. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, as it helps this video reach more people. And also subscribe so you can keep up with all of my new videos, live streams, my upcoming Galactic Grizzly clothing line, and vote in polls for future video topics. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.